Welcome back to Magic Tarot Cards. It's Jasmine. I have an 8-card spread here. This is going to be for a woman, or not actually a woman. This is a young girl. Her name is Madison Bell. I just heard about this from someone. They asked me to do a reading on her. Yet another missing person. There's been so many missing people. She was either 16 or 17, something like that, and she was on her way to, I think, tanning. She's from Ohio, and her car was found, and she came up missing. So I haven't watched any clips or anything. This is just what someone texted me, and that's all I know. So I decided to pull the cards and see if I can tap into her energy and see what happened to her. There's a lot of missing people, and I'm going to tell you, I'll make a video about that later. It has to do with the season change and the equinox coming. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of that, but I'll have to do a whole separate video on that because it's real complicated. Okay, this video is not made for kids, so if you're under the age of 18, please click off now. This video is not intended to defame anybody's name or character. This information may or may not be true. I am using the Fair Use Act. It's all going to be in the description box, okay, because this news might already be out there. If it is, I don't know. The information here comes strictly from my tarot cards, my spirit guides, what I hear, what they tell me, and then my own psychic intuition. It does not reflect on my own personal thoughts and feelings. Let's get that straight right now. Okay, so here we go. All right, so I'm going to go move through this quick because I don't have a lot of space on my time. I mean, a lot of time on my phone. And also, I pre-shuffled, and I shuffled for like 20 minutes straight, so no, I didn't record the shuffling. We have the Two of Cups. So, with the Two of Cups, this is two people having a mutual meeting. Okay, so there's two scenarios here. Okay, and everything's alleged. Okay, everything's alleged. So, I'm going to get that straight. We have two people here meeting. This could have been a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I feel like, okay, scenario number one, that she knew someone and she met them off the internet. This is someone that she already knew, that she met up with there in the parking lot. Or scenario number two, I'm seeing someone that was there lured her to the car. They lured her to the car. They tricked her to get in the car. And this is the scenario I'm going with, that my spirit guides are telling me that there was a man and he kidnapped her. He took her. He lured her to the car. She would not normally get in a car with a stranger, but I'm seeing that he pretended to be lost. And he had a map in his hand, and he drove up to her, or kind of like pulled her over, told her to stop right there or something, and asked her for directions. And he opened up this map, and that's what lured her in the car. And she got in the car with the door. She still had the door open on her side, and he wanted her to look at the map. And he was asking her, well, should I take this road or that road, that road? And then from that point on, he kidnapped her at gunpoint. Okay, so this is her kidnapping here. Just because it's a death card does not mean that she is dead. It does not mean that. Okay, I'm going to tell you why in a minute, because this card here falls under here, and this is where she's at right now. Okay, so this is the kidnapping. This is the transformation. This is the end of something and the beginning of something else. So this is the actual kidnapping that it's showing me here. I feel like he kidnapped her at gunpoint. Once she got in the car, even if the door was open, he told her to shut the door and get in, and he kidnapped her at gunpoint. I do feel like this was a stranger. If it wasn't a stranger, then it's somebody she met on the internet that she had never met before in person, and maybe she planned to meet him there. That's the other scenario, but I'm not really thinking that's what happened. I'm feeling that the scenario that I'm going with is the one that actually happened. And he might have been watching her if it was someone on the internet, or this was a stranger that's just a psycho that, you know, decided to kidnap her. But she was kidnapped. She was kidnapped, and she's not dead at this moment. She is not dead. Okay. Now here we have the Eight of Wands. This is something that's rushing in quick, and this is actually a love card that's rushing in quick. This is why I say there's two scenarios here. It could have been the online person that she met that really liked her, rushed in and took her. These wands are flying through the air. or it could have been the person the stranger that rushed in and took her as well. So this is the card of rushing in. It happened quickly. It happened so quick that no one even saw it or paid attention. And I do feel like he lured her. He lured her to the car and said, hey, I need some help. Please, can you give me directions? And he whipped out this map and he said, should I go this way or that way? And she kind of got sat in the car with the door open. Maybe one of her legs was out, and they were looking over the map, and then he pulled out a gun and kidnapped her. That's the second scenario. The first scenario is the person that she met up with and took her as well because, he was like crazy and not in love with her. Two scenarios, people. Sometimes the cards give you two scenarios. I don't have no control over that. But I'm going with the stranger that kidnapped her. That one makes more sense. Okay? This is the loss of a child. This is the fertility card. In the upright, this is abundance. Okay? This is when someone is pregnant. The woman here in this picture is pregnant. She's going to have a baby. That's the sign of fertility, but it's in the reverse. So this is the loss of a child. So this is actually showing her loss and then her parents' loss. The mother is pleading. The family is pleading. Where's my child? My child is lost. This is what this card represents. I'm going to move through this fast, y'all, because I got to go somewhere here in a minute. I got another reading to do when I get back. And then yet I'm going to do another reading on someone else for my page. So I don't have a lot of time. Let me get a drink. My throat is getting tight. Okay. Now, this is what I said. This is her. The person that took her has her in a dark room. Just like this. This is exactly how she is right now. And I know this. This is what my spirit guides are showing me. This is what my spirit guides are telling me. This is what the card is telling me. But I am going to use the word allegedly because this is what the cards are saying. But I see her in her dark room. I see her locked up. She is not dead. She is not being killed. She is not dead. She is being held captive. These swords up here mean captivity, imprisonment. This is the card of depression and sadness. So she's literally like this, crying, depressed, sad, wondering what happened. How can I get out? She is locked up. She is not in Ohio. She is not in Ohio. She was taken far away from Ohio, maybe towards the West Coast. I am seeing the West Coast here. She's no longer in Ohio. They have her someplace else. This person has her someplace else. Okay? Now, this is the Page of Swords in the reverse. And the upright, this is a third party. So this is the person that took her. Third party spying. Third party lurking around outside, looking at you on the internet or whatever. Birds, messages coming in, trying to tell you that. But it's in the reverse. It came up in the reverse. So when it comes up in the reverse, that means that this person is unpredictable. I feel like this is the person that took her. He is unpredictable. But there does come great communication with this card. So the truth might come out. The truth might be known. Maybe if there was surveillance cameras, somebody knows something. I'm feeling that somebody knows something, and there's great desire to speak with this card here. So I am seeing if it was someone that she met up with online, someone else knows about it. There's a third party. This is the card of third party. Someone else knows about it, and they'll eventually say, hey, she went to go meet someone that she met on the internet. Or if it's the other one, second scenario, the stranger that took her, that news will come out as well. I am seeing that. That's the scenario I'm going with. But this card, this reading does suggest two different scenarios. I would have to draw more cards to come to the conclusion, so there's going to be a part 2. Now we have the Two of Wands. So with the Two of Wands, this is a person that's waiting for news to come in, waiting for something to come in. So I feel like this represents the family waiting to hear, waiting to see what's coming. They holding the world in their hands, so they're reaching out to the world. Where's my daughter? Find my daughter. We need some help, waiting for help to come in. That's what this card represents. But it's in the reverse. Okay, so why is this card in the reverse? The reason it's in the reverse is because the family is feeling frustration. They're like going back to square one. one. They're saying to themselves, okay, got to go back to square one. Let's rethink this. The police are doing the same thing. Let's rethink this. Let's see what happened. Let's start from square one and go step by step and see what happened. And they're running into roadblocks, frustration, many delays. I see they're going to have delays and frustration and finding out what happened. Yeah, that's, ooh, wow. So the police are going to regroup. They're going to regroup and they're going to plan, and then they're going to start over and just find out what happened. They're going to see, you know, exactly what happened. They got to regroup and see. That's what I keep hearing, regroup. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the last card, which is the Fool. This is actually her. This represents her. She went off on her little trip to the spa or wherever she was going, to the store, to the spa, but she had her head up in the clouds. So that means innocent. The Fool is innocent. It's like an innocent child that's going off to, you know, live their life, do their day, and don't know what's coming up ahead because she's not looking straight. It's about to fall off the cliff, and the little dog is saying, help, I mean, watch out, you're about to fall off the cliff. But she doesn't see it because, you know, she's looking up innocently. So this represents an innocent person. But for her, again, it fell in the reverse, okay? So in the reverse, it proves that your journey is not successful. So that's what it's telling me right now. Her journey to the sauna or tanning, or I think it was tanning that she was going to do, was not successful. If she was planning to meet someone, it didn't turn out successful. It turned out, you know, it was like a foolhardy decision. I'm hearing foolhardy, thoughtless, not thinking the right way. Not that she's stupid, or I'm not saying she's stupid or anything. She's innocent. She was innocently thinking. So this is what led to an unsatisfactory experience for her, which was the kidnapping. She has been kidnapped. I can honestly say that I know that from my cards and what the spirit guides are telling me. This is her kidnapping here, and this is where she's at here. She is not dead. They have not killed her. She is locked up somewhere. She's locked up somewhere. She's not in the state of Ohio. I keep hearing that. They took her. They took her far from Ohio. She's not in Ohio. I think that's where she was kidnapped from, right? Okay, so yeah, so this is what this represents now. I stopped the reading here because I'm going to have to do a part 2 because I'm in a hurry right now and I got to go somewhere. But this is just part 1 of what happened. I'm going to try to tap into her energy again when I do part 2 and see where we can go from there to help this girl, because I do know that she's not passed away. They have not hurt her. Not in that sense anyway. She is in a room. She's in a dark room where they turned off the lights. There is a bed in there. I'm seeing one bed, like a cot with a blanket, and it's dark. There's like nothing else in that room. And they keep the lights low, and she's crying and depressed like this, and she doesn't know where she's at. I think she knows what state she might be in, but like in the state, she doesn't know exactly where she's at. I do know that she needs desperate help. She needs desperate help. Okay, this is it for right now. Like I said, this information may or may not be out there. This information may or may not be true. This is a tarot card reading, but I am going to put it out there. I've been a tarot card reader for 30 plus years. I've never had not one person tell me that I'm wrong, but I am using the Fair Use Act, to protect myself. And I'm also claiming freedom of, I can never say that word, freedom of speech rights. And this video is not made to defame anybody's name or character or anything like that. My channel is for entertainment purposes only, but I do readings to help people, to help as many people as I can. That is my purpose for my tarot card readings. I like to solve mysteries. I like to help people and go on from there. All right, I'm going to end it here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please leave your comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.